I want to thank everybody for coming. We're going to go ahead and get started. And while I hate to stifle the conversation, because On the Table's all about conversation, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for joining us today. I'm Lisa Adkins. I'm President and CEO of Bluegrass Community Foundation, and it's my honor to kick off this gathering and serve as today's host. Bluegrass Community Foundation is Kentucky's oldest community foundation, and for the past 49 years, the Community Foundation has connected generosity of local donors with community needs by making grants to nonprofit organizations working to improve Lexington and the many communities we serve across central and eastern Kentucky. Since 1967, the Community Foundation has awarded more than $68 million in grant funding to thousands of nonprofit organizations, including $6.5 million in 2016. As we look towards our 50th anniversary in August, one of the ways we're celebrating this milestone is by reimagining the public square in Lexington with an initiative called On the Table. On the Table is an opportunity to gather around a table with friends, neighbors, colleagues, and maybe a few people we're meeting for the first time to talk about the issues, big and small, that impact our quality of life and that of Lexington. And On the Table is as simple as what you see around us today. We have one table of students from STEAM Academy. We have a table of neighborhood friends and advocates. We have a table of emerging professionals and civic leaders from Leadership Lexington. And we have a table of families and neighbors behind us. And that's what On the Table is. It's gathering 8 to 12 friends, colleagues, folks we know or don't know around a table to have a conversation. At the Community Foundation, we know that big ideas can spring from small conversations and that people invest in what they help create. We believe in the power of conversation to clarify, energize, and organize people to do good things. So, on Wednesday, March 15th, everyone in Lexington, Fayette County is invited to come together in small groups of 8 to 12 for substantive mealtime conversations to discuss not only what's great about Lexington, but how we can make it even better. Our goal is to have at least 5,000 local citizens participate in these thought-provoking conversations, which we hope will cultivate new relationships and connections, generate ideas, and even inspire bold solutions. We expect thousands more to participate via social media using the project hashtag #OnTheTableLex. If you live, work, or attend school, or just love Lexington, you're invited to host or attend a mealtime conversation. There is no fee to participate, and On the Table is, as you can see, not just for adults. Families, youth, and schools are encouraged to join too. To sign up to host and learn more, visit bgcf.org/onthetable. It's easy and quick to register online, and you'll find resources and tools that make it simple to be a successful host. All materials will also be available in Spanish and French shortly. On March 15th, On the Table conversations will take place all over Lexington, anytime and anywhere that day, over breakfast, lunch, dinner, break time, over coffee, cocktails, or dessert, and anywhere, including homes, offices, schools, the government center perhaps, places of worship, community locations, and restaurant. It's entirely up to each host. Every participant will have the opportunity to also participate in a post-conversation survey, and the Community Foundation will issue a report on those results. On the Table would not be possible without our fantastic planning partners, the City of Lexington, the Division of Planning, Leadership Lexington, and Fayette County Public Schools. We'll hear from each of them about why they're a part of On the Table, and it's now my pleasure to introduce Mayor Jim Gray.
Lisa, thank you so much, and I want to welcome everyone who's here today to City Hall. I want to especially welcome our council members, Amanda Mays Bledsoe, who's here, Richard Maloney, and at the table, Peggy Henson. There we go. It's especially exciting to see young people here from the STEAM Academy. You know, I often say God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to listen twice as much as we talk. Listening is what we're talking about today. Listening to citizens tell us what they want for our city, their vision, their concerns, their needs. Thanks to the Bluegrass Community Foundation, Leadership Lexington, and Fayette County Public Schools for getting together to plan on the table. I want to encourage everyone to put on an on-the-table group. Put it together in your home, at church, or over lunch at work. Then on March 15th, as Lisa said, take a break from March Madness and take time to talk about our city, our schools, yes, traffic, what we're doing, our comprehensive plan, what we're doing, what we're not doing, what we can improve, whatever you like. Let's get it all on the table so we can make good decisions for the future. Thank you all. Lisa?
And now we're going to hear from Jamie Rogers. Jamie is an aide to Councilmember Amanda Mays Bledsoe, but she is representing Leadership Lexington.
Good afternoon, and thank you both Mayor Gray and Lisa. I'm Jamie Rogers, a representative from the Leadership Lexington class. And on behalf of our Leadership Lexington project group and over 1,300 alumni, I want to say how excited we are to be a part of planning on the table. I want to take a brief moment to recognize a team who's been dedicating so many hours to hosting so many of these events on March 15th. We have Robbie Ayersmith, Evan Buckley, Steve Deaton, Ann Donworth, Amy Friskney, Brandon Green, Brian Hegnauer, Lauren Johnson, Melissa Kane, Brandon Lewis, Jessica Mendeldorf, Ann Tyler Morgan, Kaylin Query, Faustar Sominto, and Steve Stradler. It's really taken a team of effort to be planning all these events, and I really wanted to thank them. So every year, as a part of Leadership Lexington program, a leadership development program through Commerce Lexington, small groups have to create a project to enhance Lexington. Last year, I attended a Commerce Lexington leadership trip as an emerging leader and heard about how Charleston young professionals were rolling out an innovative project to involve more young professionals in the growth management decisions. They hosted robust conversations about a generation that is often being talked about. Where do young people want to live? Where are young people moving? What kind of jobs do young people want? What kind of amenities do young people need? The Leadership Lexington class envisioned a project to engage more young professionals in these long-range plans for our city that we care so much about. The project partnership is a perfect opportunity for us to be involved in such meaningful discussions. Young professionals are engaged in Lexington and are eager to be involved. For example, I can't tell you how excited my 16 fabulous volunteers get when they're passionate about this city, and they each have a story of why they want to be involved in this. As one of my team members mentioned, how many times do you sit around a table and talk about our great ideas for Lexington, and they don't go anywhere past the dinner table? Well, I want to thank both the Division of Planning, the City of Lexington, the Bluegrass Community Foundation for reaching out and really saying, be involved, be a part of the vision of Lexington. So with that, I want to say thank you so much, and it's an honor to be involved.
And now we'll hear from Commissioner Derek Paulsen from the Division of Planning.
Thank you very much. Over the last few years, I think a lot of us know, Lexington has been ranked numerous times as having a very high quality of life. I think something that everyone would agree upon. We pride ourselves on our great neighborhoods, our beautiful and scenic bluegrass landscape, and our growing restaurant and art scene. We also pride ourselves on our basketball, our bourbon, and our thoroughbreds. But what people don't often think about when discussing that great quality of life is the role that the comprehensive plan plays in setting the stage for that quality of life. Comprehensive plan is the community's chance, our guide, to decide what, as a community, we want for our city, what we love about it, what we want to see more of, what we want to preserve, what we don't like, as the mayor mentioned, our traffic, some of our other headaches that go along, and what we think is essential for maintaining our high quality of life. Lexington has a long and strong, proud history of great urban planning, from the country's first urban services area, to great parks and a great trail system, to our farmland preservation, and our increased focus on infill and redevelopment projects. What has allowed these ideas to go from simply an idea at a table to a great program that's recognized across the country is public input. And that's really what On the Table is about. What we need more than anything as we start our comprehensive plan, Imagine Lexington, is public input, whether it's at an On the Table discussion or it's going to our website or coming to some of our other community engagement sessions. We need you to come and be involved so that we can take the next step to making Lexington and keeping Lexington a great American city. Thank you.
And we'll now hear from Darryl Thompson from the Fayette County Public Schools, and he serves as their equity officer. Darryl.
Thank you. On behalf of Superintendent Kalk, Melissa Bacon, our board chair, and the remaining members of our Fayette County Board of Education, as well as our over 6,000 employees and 40,000 students, we want to thank the Bluegrass Foundation for the opportunity for us to be invited to the table. As you all know, we're embarking upon a celebration. Typically, we go through these holiday periods, and we're now approaching Martin Luther King's birthday. It's unfortunate, however, that he has no more birthdays. But what we are celebrating is the impact that he has had on our lives and how we build our communities. So I'll be remiss if I did not mention the fact that we're looking at how we can build and support an ecosystem. And Fayette County Public Schools is just a small portion of that ecosystem. Now, in an ecosystem, you know that everybody contributes, everybody makes up the whole part of that. But what we want to talk about when we gather our students is how we can be contributors to the system, how we can allow our students to understand that we can give more to the system than we take away from the system. So with that being said, I'd like to share, as we embark on one of Dr. King's holidays as we move forward, he once stated that everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a degree, you don't have to have a high level of education. All you have to do is have a heart and a passion to support others. And so I'd like to share with you all that you do not have to have metacognition, neuroscience, art degrees, doctorates in this and that. All you have to do is have a passion to give and support others. So with that, Fayette County Public Schools encouraged that the community is being given an opportunity to be a part of what we consider to be a well-designed bridge builder, and particularly building bridges that should have arguably been built many, many years ago. And so next week, in our efforts to support this effort as well, we're going to be launching a program called Give 10 in support of pulling these collaborative talks together, where you as a community will have the opportunity to support our schools by giving up to 10 hours a month in developing your skills and helping our students develop their skills. So on behalf of our board, again, our students, and thank you, Foundation, for your work. We look forward to embarking on this endeavor. Thank you all.
And now we're back to Mayor Gray.
All right. Well, Lisa, I'm going to do now what mayors often do, which is recite and issue a proclamation. All right? And this proclamation is titled A Commemoration Celebrating On the Table. I'm going to read it. Whereas the Lexington Division of Planning, Bluegrass Community Foundation, Leadership Lexington, and Fayette County Public Schools have worked together to plan On the Table, an opportunity for citizens to come together in small groups, break bread, and discuss their city. And whereas the Bluegrass Community Foundation, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary in August 2017, will gain direction for its future from On the Table discussions. And whereas On the Table discussions will help Lexington put together its next comprehensive plan, a land use plan that helps guide the future development of the city. And whereas On the Table offers all Lexington residents an opportunity to play a vital part in creating Lexington's vibrant culture. Now, therefore, I, Jim Gray, as mayor of Lexington, do hereby celebrate On the Table and congratulate the Bluegrass Community Foundation for its many contributions to our city. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks to the Mayor, Commissioner Paulsen, Jamie Rogers, and Darryl Thompson. At the Community Foundation, we believe in the power of partnership. Thanks again to all of our planning partners. On the Table is made possible through their involvement, and we're grateful for funding support from the Kresge Foundation, the Community Foundation, and Leadership Lexington. In today's world, this act of coming together has never been more important. Talking and listening to our neighbors is an important first step toward creating a more connected and engaged community. We look forward to you joining us on March 15th for On the Table. Thank you all for coming, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody, and keep eating and talking. Thank you.